Kent, I'm going to kick it off with you. Alpine 4 acquired Vayu in Q1 of this year, adding to Alpine's aerospace holdings. What can you tell us about what the group has managed to achieve since then?
You know, the ultimate goal for us at Alpine 4 and our Alpine 4 Aerospace in the next 5 to 10 years is really become the dominant leader in cargo freight delivery.
It's delivering value to customers, and that's really our number one focus.
Hey guys, and welcome into today's video. I am super pumped because today we are going to be doing a full deep dive into Alpine 4. We have news and information that has come out, and again we will do a full technical breakdown at the end, so be sure to stick around all the way through the end of this video. If you would like updates on Alpine 4 subsidiaries, and again a lot of those top high growth and tech stocks that we focus on this channel, we have been smashing the game over on my private Patreon, so if you want to join, then be sure to check out the link in the description below. Make sure to hit that like button, that's all I ask in return for this video, and also don't forget to subscribe either. Turn on that notification bell so that you are notified every time I make a video. Outside is my hot tub, as you can see just out here. If I give it a little click, hopefully it will come down, just so you guys can see how I spend most of my days when I am obviously not filming on the YouTube platform down here. But I just wanted you guys to have a little bit more of a personal upfront and close before we get into this video. So yeah, we are in the kitchen right now, and let's dive into the computer. So guys, up on my screen we can see that Alpine 4 have released some news on the 19th of July, and we have the expected report for the Q2 earnings of 2021, with revenue growth expected at 54% over Q2 of 2020. Now guys, any company that is growing over 20 to 25% per year is a good long-term investment if that thesis is to continue, especially over the course of a couple of years, because that is a very high growth company that is expected to grow very, very rapidly. That is where you are going to see those substantial gains in your account, providing that those prices are not already priced in. Now, as we know, Alpine 4 did have those massive spikes earlier, about 6 months ago, before the start of this year, when it did run up to about $9 per share. We have now come back down to that price where there is major support around the $3 price range, and recently we have seen it dip below to around that $2.50 mark. So the company, guys, is expected to report for the period ending in Q2 2021 sales of 14 million, which is revenue growth, as I said, of 54%, and the company also anticipates that Q3 will grow over 18 million. So that is some really big numbers, guys, and it means that every single quarter they are starting to re-increase those revenues. And again, they did get shut down last year, so they did have a very difficult year with the pandemic, but they did weather out that storm, as we know we have gone over in my previous videos. Now, Kent has said, the CEO, that the quarter's success was led by A4 Manufacturing and its subsidiaries Qualitative Circular Assembly and Alternative Labs. Both companies are firing on all cylinders, and further growth is expected for Q3 and Q4 due to the robust demand for their customer base. And it is noteworthy that Alternative Labs and Thermodynamics International were acquired 1 month after the quarter had begun, and it is for that reason 1 month of their revenue will not be reflected in Alpine's Q2 earning results. So the company-wide gross profit margin is also improving, and with A4 Constructive Services lagging at the moment, the subsidiaries that constitute A4 Construction Services continue to face increased material shortages and costs, working against their profit margins. We expect these margins to continue to improve in Q3 and Q4 of 2021, normalizing in Q1 of 2022. Additionally, Q2 brought increased spending for R&D on the aerospace sector, and that is where they are building their G1, G2 and also US-1 airframes. Now, this is some really, really exciting news, guys, because this did actually come out, was announced on their website here, that Alpine 4 actually are working very, very closely right now with Vayu, which is in the aerospace sector inside some of their subsidiaries, and they are really trying to push this because they have clients that are potentially buying up some of these drones this month here in July.
We're queuing up production. As you can kind of see behind us, we actually have the G1. This one is actually going to market in Q3, early Q3, to a customer that's doing some geological surveys. And behind it, there's an older X5 model that's come back in for service and some other things that we're doing to it. So we're excited. They're making some great strides, and we're looking forward to everything that's coming up in Q3 and Q4.
And using that move into Q3 and Q4, we are going to see some bigger clients start to buy into some of these drones. I love that as I'm talking, a massive airplane is kind of flying over right now outside. So guys, that is some really exciting news. There is a video on the website. I'm not going to play the whole thing and break it down for you in this video, but basically what they are saying is that they are very, very excited for the future. Like I said, they have some customers that are buying some of those drones in July, and again, they do expect that to be normalized in Q3 and Q4, where they're going to start to add in a lot of customers that then they will use this as an expansion with their test flights inside Canada and also North America, moving into Africa. And this company are specializing, guys, in the medical frame, where they are going to be transferring goods to and from different locations. So very exciting, and this is also potentially where they could be working with governments and military contracts. So we know that that could be some really enormous subsidiaries in the future as this company starts to grow on demand and scale. And Kent has said that he is trying to become the dominant leader in this space.
The dominant leader. The dominant leader.
So they are growing aggressively, and they are investing some of their money right now into the R&D of this space to make sure that they can catch that and capitalize on it as we move throughout the next 2 years ahead. So some very exciting news, guys, on Alpine 4. We haven't heard anything about that Nasdaq uplisting, which I know a lot of you are probably extremely disappointed on. There has been no other evidence right now that we are waiting for anything to come back. All we have to do is rely on Kent's word. As I said, every month, guys, this CEO is super, super active. You have to look at the management of a team, of a company like Alpine 4 is the company instead with a good leader. And Ken is definitely one of those people that is leading this very, very strongly. And you guys can tell that he is always putting out those interviews online where he is always upfront and honest with all of us shareholders here at Alpine. So I'm very happy with my shares right now. My average basis is around $3.20. If this drops below $2.5, then again, I will maybe add in a few more shares just to bring that average price down as we start to scale up that production over the next few years, because I do believe in the future of this penny stock, guys. This is a very, very small company, as we know. And if we come onto Yahoo Finance, we can see again that this company is only worth 446 million. And again, they did raise some really, really nice money, over 55 million over the last year when they were doing some dilutions. And a lot of those shares, guys, they have not been sold by the insiders, so they are still holding a lot of those shares, which does give me faith again in that company. Now, Alpine 4, on the technical side of things, guys, on this video, you can see that we have a very strong layer of support now, which is around that $2.5 mark. And we have tested here, guys, before in April. We have almost touched down here, guys, in March. And again, we did actually break out from this area at the very end of last year. So this goes to show me that we do have some very strong support and some consolidation area between these prices. And again, once we do see a shift back up and some nice moves, and we can cross over that 200-day moving average, the new top for this stock will be around $4.5. So again, that would be almost a 60% upside from the current share price if you were to get in today at the ground framework. And then again, if you are holding this one for the long term, as I said, this company are growing very aggressively. They want to be a dominant leader in some of that drone technology, where they are going to be transferring those medical supplies. And they have so many different aspects to their business as a US-based company, and they do want to have eventual global expansion. This could be a very, very good company to put in your portfolio for the next decade. Just hold on to those shares. Get them down into a nice average price, guys, and just wait patiently, because again, getting rich isn't something that does happen overnight. It is about those long-term investments that will pay off in the long term. And once we do have that Nasdaq uplisting with these technicals that are going to line up, this is going to position you into a very, very good profitable future for your own portfolios. Now, Alpine 4 is a very small holding inside my portfolio, so it's not like I own 50% of the company, because the majority of the companies, guys, inside my portfolio are heavily based in that growth and tech and innovation that are not penny stocks, because penny stocks do hold a significant amount of risk. So hopefully once we do see that Nasdaq uplisting, we can expect those prices to retest those highs of about $4.5. And again, once we come over the next few years and that profitability, that revenue margin starts to scale up as we have those predictions coming up with a 54% annualized growth rate, this is going to be great. And if they continue this, guys, over the long term, over the next 2 to 3 years, then we are definitely going to see a shift in these shares, and we are going to see those higher prices of $5, $6 and $7, and then coming into the double digits to my belief once we have all of these things come into fruition and we do have that uplisting over the next few years. So I'm happy to hold at these levels. I am not panic selling my shares just because they have gone down in the short term. Remember that a lot of those high tech and growth stocks right now are having that transition, and we will see a shift back to those smaller cap stocks at some point, because right now the market is in favor of those big tech heavy stocks, and there will be a rotation, guys, at some point, which is why I have positioned my portfolio with a lot of different stocks in penny stocks, high growth, and many different sectors. As you guys know, on my channel you're never just going to find a ton of videos on NEO. I'm always going to be talking about different stocks that you can add to make sure that your portfolio is diversified, and that way you are going to get the best bang for your buck, and you are going to be hedged against those inflation fears and again anything that does happen with the markets, because you're going to have your wealth spread out into the correct industries that will position you for those nice long-term gains on your account. So guys, make sure to go down there, smash that like button for me, and also hit subscribe, and welcome to this family of investors. My name is Jason. I really do hope that you enjoyed this video today, and if you would like access to any of my private buy and sell alerts, and again be sure to join the private Patreon. I will leave a link below for the price of a coffee. I look forward to seeing you guys back on my channel soon for some more content on investing. Ciao.